All your life, the only thing you've ever been told about diet is that a diet tells you what foods you should eat. I'm going to tell you why that's a completely wrong question to ask and where your focus should be instead, so that your food becomes your medicine and so that you're designing your meals based on your specific, sometimes very subtle symptoms of organ imbalance. In the last video, I talked about the 3 keys to recovery. The first was emergency medicine. Is this all there is? For most people, when they think of medicine and medical care at all, they only know the system that has dominated for the last, say, 50 years plus, which is heavily influenced by biochemistry, biomedical, molecular biology, modern emergency medical system. And the significance of that is that it's very, very good at treating emergencies. They save people every day that used to kill human beings for millions of years, right? That's normal. That's a normal day at a modern hospital. So it is a miracle, but it's not the only system. And the ancient medical system that I discovered, that I'm going to teach you about in this video, has a much better base for understanding and collecting information that is practically useful, of practical value to you, so that you can fix your own condition using simple things like diet, like food combining, etc., and even non-dietary tips and tricks that I'll show you as well. The second of the 3 keys to recovery is that your symptoms have meaning. There's deep meaning to be found in your symptoms. Now, there's examples of this. Again, if you get food poison and you vomit, well, you know what that cause and effect relationship is. That makes total sense to you. But what you definitely don't know, because nobody's ever taught you, is all the various little tiny indicators that something isn't working properly inside your body, the small things, the little bout of reflux that comes every so often, or that fixed pain in your side, which doesn't feel serious, but it also comes back and doesn't go away, or the fact that you constantly get bloating and gas, but you don't really know what foods are causing that, all the rest of this. You can derive tremendous, tremendous meaning from your symptoms in a way that gives you power to correct them. And that's what I'm going to show you. And then the number 3 thing is patterns. Why is focusing on what foods you should eat the wrong idea when you think about diet? All diets prioritize the thing that you're supposed to consume, right? Supplements are no different. They're emphasizing this thing that's outside of you, that if you just know what it is and you can eat it, your digestive condition will reverse course and everything will be all right and your body will recover. But of course, if those diets, if that idea about food, like that it's the food, it's a magic food, and if you eat this magic food, right, your symptoms go away, because you just have to figure out what diet, right, you need to follow, and then your IBS or whatever will clear itself up. The reason it's the wrong focus is because it leaves out the most important factor in the whole equation, which is for whom. A food just tends to have a general effect. For example, the effect of meat on your body is that it warms you up, right? It creates a lot of heat in the body. It also produces fluids, so certain meats will cause a lot of mucus in some people. The body fills up, right? You feel full. It swells your tissues. When you eat meat, you get full and robust, right? It can be very strengthening, but it can also cause problems for people with weak digestion. You get all kinds of different what are called damp diseases, damp conditions where mucus and fluids are building up and getting stuck in different parts of your body. The focus on what food should you eat leaves out the fact that no single diet is great for every single person with a condition. That's not how it works. Let me give you a solid example to show you what I'm talking about. Somebody who has symptoms of dryness, maybe dry skin, maybe dry eyes, maybe brittle nails, maybe dry hair, general symptoms of dryness, and also has dry intestines. So this person doesn't have a very easy time with elimination, right? Constantly constipated, but with dry stools, dry intestines causing dry stools. That person needs to be eating foods that help moisten and make their intestines moist and smooth and ease elimination and help alleviate this deep, deep, deep internal organ level kind of dryness. If you treat a person with dry intestines to try to moisten their intestines and get things moving and sort of soften the tissues and get some proper moisture back in there, if you give the same foods and diet recommendations and food combinations and food selection to that person as you give to a person with lots and lots of mucus in their body, right? They have a big, maybe they're bloated, maybe they're obese, right? Maybe they definitely have fat built up on the body. They have constant postnasal drip, showing that there's lots of mucus circulating in the body. The body's trying to sort of fight it and like put it somewhere or get rid of it somehow, but the body's just filling up with mucus because you have this damp kind of condition going on inside the body. If you treat that person with mucus the same as you treated the person with dryness, you just made this person worse. Okay? And if you tried to get dampness out and designed a diet with certain foods and food combinations that got dampness out of the body, and you gave that to the person with dry intestines, you would make that person much, much, much worse. It's not the food that matters. It's the person that's eating the food. And then we want to match the general. You don't have to get this like microscopically 100% right. Just foods can be categorized according to these kind of criteria. It's actually very fun. It's actually very easy to do. If you get it like 10% right, you see that the body starts to recover. This is exactly the kind of stuff that I cover in my 1-hour free video training, where I talk about the very, very important relationships between your organs. There are 4 primary organs that you need to pay attention to when you have a chronic digestive illness. The 4 organs are the liver and the stomach, the spleen, and the intestines. Why these 4? Why am I grouping them together, right? The liver pairs with the stomach. Why? The spleen is closely tied to what's going on in the intestines. Why? This is what I go over in the 60-minute training, and the value of this is that you start to understand your condition in a new way, and it's a way that gives you power to control what's happening in your liver and stomach, to remedy the deficiency in your spleen and intestines. If you have dampness, there are ways to get that out of there. If you have dry intestines and you're struggling and your elimination's all blocked up, okay, there's ways to fix that have nothing to do with laxatives, which are very harmful, obviously. That's what I'm going to share with you on how you can learn to fix your own organ imbalances just by learning a few simple signals and by understanding the most important thing that I can teach you, which is the solution to your condition is not some list or supplement or magic thing outside of you. It comes from understanding how your organs are malfunctioning, how they relate to one another, and then applying the simple solutions that get all of your organs working together again so the body heals on its own. This is the method that I developed. In general, people do not take medications once they've gone through this. So you'll learn all about it in my free 1-hour video training. Click the button below, and in the next video, I'm going to come back with the list of symptoms that pertain to the various organs. So you know in your mind, and what I mean when you're getting a mental picture of what's going on inside your body, you're going to understand what symptom connects to what organ. This organ is producing this symptom, this organ is producing that symptom, and this other organ is producing this symptom, and here's how they all relate to each other. That's where we're going next. Thanks very much. That's enough out of me. Your body knows how to heal on its own. It's time for you to go on your own healing journey.